IYAC is a group of young leaders from across Canada, largely from the areas where we impact through either refineries or the oil sands, all different sorts here of our corporate tower. So these young people have agreed to be in relationship with us at the Suncor Energy Foundation. So it means that they've entered into deep relationship with the board through pipe ceremony, through a contract like the pipe ceremony, to say we're going to listen and learn and take action together on the things that need to change within Suncor.
My Indigenous peers, they're really powerful, and I hold them to such a high regard. They have such a good place in my heart, and we're constantly telling each other, that we're doing a good job. It's what we're doing. Even if we feel like we mess up and we give the wrong advice, it's like, it's okay. It's a very, very unique relationship. It's one not like you can find in siblings, but like also kind of different because we're all from different communities. We all have a different cultural understanding. So I feel like just bringing my authentic self is enough to change Suncor, and shows them an example of how you truly are transparent, how you truly bring yourself to the table and make change in a proper, sustainable way, and not just take the shortcut. I feel like we're starting to show them how it's done.
I've realized that each of us have different roles in what we do in our Indigenous communities, and it's also opening my eyes more and wanting to be more involved and have more experience into, I guess, out of like my community, and just more involvement really, and helping the youth and letting them know that it's okay to go for it and just to be a leader.
IYAC is still growing, and I see us making a big change within Suncor and Steph. We want to make big change, we want to be heard, and we will be. I look around the table at my fellow IYAC members, and we bring a lot to the table. There's a lot of knowledge there, there's a lot of expertise there. Each one of us bring different expertise to the table.
I think the impact of the young leaders has been a lot at a personal level for individuals that have had a chance to spend time with these incredible leaders. They've been personally impacted. They've learned and been able to grow in their own understanding about what the experience of Indigenous people in Canada has been and continues to be. So at a personal level, a lot of impact. And now I'm starting to see that translate organizationally.
One of my core values as a human being is truth, and speaking my truth and living my truth. I think that what I bring to the team is that openness to share how I'm feeling, to ask the questions that are important to me, and to really stay true to who I am when I'm in different situations that others might stray in, or they might hold back, or they might, temper how they're communicating. I really try to communicate fully, openly, with truth, with emotion, as authentically as I can.
So with the term youth in common areas, you would think of like a 5-year-old, 4-year-old, but in Indigenous communities, a lot of the youths are very wise. Like they grow up a lot faster, they take more responsibilities. So when people say youth, they're the next generation to hold older generations, like history and past and conflicts and everything, because that's gonna be their world when we're all gone.
I truly think that youth in a Western or corporate viewpoint typically are seen as inexperienced. We're young, we haven't had that much time around, we haven't had that much experience. But I think, especially when we're looking at it from an Indigenous perspective, the youth are extremely important in our cultures, in our communities, in everything. I think we need to shift the way that we look at youth. Often we hear people say youth are the future, but they are the future, but they're also the now. And we are here, and we have strong opinions, we have experience, we have our own lived experience as well. And I think that's extremely important to take into the work that we're doing.
The members of the IYAC are really remarkable people. They're taking on challenging ground. When they go back to their communities, they're answering questions about their involvement with Suncor, and they take that role very seriously. They come with difficult questions, they push us, and thankfully we're open to that conversation, listening deeply and learning from it. So I really just can't say enough about their bravery, their involvement, their energy.
From my perspective, in guiding and giving teachers to the youth, to our young people, that really strengthens our dreams of what tomorrow could be for our people. You know, as young leaders, that's guiding and sharing with and going to those hard discussions with a major corporation such as Suncor are important factors. And for them to have that comfort of knowing that they have elders who are there to reinforce what they bring forward. You know, it's not good enough that just to listen to them, but to hear where they're coming from. You know, they're speaking from their heart.
I think when you're stepping into positions like this, you have to be ready to fight and you have to be strong. And all Indigenous youth are strong. You can do it. You got it in you. We all got that fire, and I think being with everybody just makes it burn brighter. So I think you definitely, what it's made me realize is that you're not alone. We have other people who feel the same way as you do, and we need to work with these companies like Suncor to make some change at their level. And a lot of us can make grassroots changes within our community, but I think as we work up and up, even just like little things like talking with somebody and stuff will completely change how they view the world. And I think all Indigenous youth, we have the power. So I think that's one of the most important things, is just putting yourself out there and being strong and knowing you have a community around you to support you and who holds the same views to want to make a change and make the difference.